Hello guys, today's our lesson is multiplying and dividing rational expression. So first we start multiplying and dividing rational numbers. So if you just look at the first question, when you multiply the fraction, it's better if you just simplify it and then multiply. For example, here I can divide 5 and 15 with 5. So 1 and 3. 18 and 27 can be divided by 9, so it's times 2 and then times 3. And what I'm left with, 1 times 2 is 2 and 3 times 3 is 9. So that's my answer. Okay, so when you multiply two fractions, we have to flip the second one, right? So it will be 14 over 8. And now you simplify it. We divide these two numbers with 7, so it's 2 and 7. And we divide these two numbers 8 times 1 and 8 times 7. And then we can also cancel this 7 with 7, right? So my final answer will be 2 over 1, or you can simply write 2. Now when we have our variables in the fraction, so first we multiply them and then we simplify. So here once I multiply, I got a 2a cubed c squared divided by ab cubed. So my final answer will be 2a cubed divided by a is a squared and c squared divided by b cubed. Okay, now when it comes to simple steps for multiplying and dividing rational numbers, the first step is factor the numerator and denominator if possible, then state the restriction for the denominator, and then cancel out the common factor, and then multiply remaining numerator and denominator. Same steps are for the dividing, but the only thing is we have to flip our fraction and we change it into division, and then we state a restriction after factoring. Okay, now just look at that examples here. So here, first one, example 1a, I just multiply the numbers, multiply the variables here. I got 6x cubed y squared over 40y cubed, and then I simplified, right? When you divide, you subtract by exponents. For b, what I did, I have to factor. So once I factor, here I took 3 as a common factor. I got that. Now before I cancel, I will write my restrictions. And then I canceled out common factor, and that's what I'm left with. And here I simplified it again. X squared divided by x is simply x. So that is my answer. The next question, it's already factored, right? So I simply write the restriction from here, and then I cancel out the common factor, and I'm left with this. Further, I can simplify 2 divided by 18, which is 1 over 9. So that is my answer. Okay guys, next we have, in this question, we have to multiply and divide. So what I will do, the first thing is I will change this division into multiplication, right? And I flip that. So when I flip this fraction, it will be x squared plus 3x plus 2 divided by x minus 5, right? And now I will just factor all the terms in the denominator and the numerator, right? So once I factor all of them, for example, this one is a trinomial. This is a difference of square, trinomial, difference of squares, and trinomial, and it's just a linear factor, right? So I factored everything, and now when I'm going to write the restrictions, so for restriction, because I'm dividing with the whole thing, so with the restrictions are for the denominator and the numerator. So if I look at these two, the restriction will be x is not equal to 1, negative 1. For these two, x is not equal to 2, negative 2. For this one, x is not equal to 5. And for this one, x is not equal to negative 1, which I've already done. For this one, x is not equal to negative 2, which is already there, right? So these are my restrictions. And now I have to cancel out all the common factors. So if I start from x plus 1, so x plus 1 factor cancel out with x plus 1. And I have x plus 2 that cancel out with x plus 2, x minus 5 cancel out with x minus 5, right? And that's it. So what I'm left with is all these terms. These two, this one, here, and here, right? So I just write them together. So x minus, oh, x minus 2 also cancel out, right? So this and this cancel out. So what I'm left with, x minus 3 and this term, right? X plus 1. In the denominator, I have this one, which is x minus 1, and that's it. So that is my answer for this question. Similarly, next question is multiplying two fractions. So I did the same thing. I multiplied, I factored, right? Numerator and denominator here is x minus 2 squared. So I can write it x minus 2 times x minus 2. And just note that here I have 2 minus x squared. 2 minus x squared is basically same as x minus 2 squared, right? For example, if I write 5 minus 2 square, it will be same as 2 minus 5 square, right? Okay, so once I wrote my factors for every polynomial, and then I just look at what's a common factor. So common factor is x plus 5, and x minus 2, and x minus 2. So what I'm left with is 5 and 5 cancelled out, 2 and 2 cancelled out, and x minus 2 cancel out with x minus 2. So I'm left with, this is 2 times 3, which is 6, divided by x plus 1. And make sure you write the restriction before you cancel out. Next question is the same thing. You have a trinomial and binomials here. So I first changed my division into multiplication, and I flipped this one. Okay, and then I wrote my restriction, and then I factored basically. So I factor my trinomial, my difference of squares here, and then from here I took the common factor, and here also I took the common factor. Once I got that, I will write all my restriction, right? It's fine if you just write 3x is not equal to y. You can write it as x is not equal to 3y over 3, but this also fine. I mean, you can just write 3x is not equal to y. And now I cancel out the whatever is the common factor. So I have x plus 3x plus y, 3x plus y, 2x plus y, and 2x plus y, right? And what I'm left with is 5x minus y, and I have a 4 here. So I make sure I write a 4 here, 4 times 5x minus y, and in the denominator I have 3x and 3x minus y. So I just wrote it here, and that is my final answer. And that is just some of the examples to that how we solve, simplify or multiply and divide rational expression. Thank you so much.